Oh my, the sweet irony of it all, the sweet irony of it all. No kings, said by the party of kings and queens.
Marching down the avenue, they scream and they shout, talking about freedom, but they don't figure it out. Chains on their minds while their hands are free. Oh, the comedy writes itself, can't you see? They're yelling at ghosts, they're chasing the wind, but I can't stop laughing at the mess they're in. No more clueless, no more lies. Open your eyes to the big blue skies. You're free to cry, you're free to roam. A monarch would have locked you at home. They wave their signs like swords in the air, protesting a prison that isn't even there. Talking about democracy, oh what a twist, when they're the loudest proof that it exists. They're spinning in circles, they're running in place, but freedom's a mirror, it's right in their face. No more clueless, no more lies. Open your eyes to the big blue skies. You're free to laugh, you're free to roam. A monarch would have locked you at home. Hey, hey. Marching down the avenue, they scream and they shout, talking about freedom, but they don't figure it out. Chains on their minds while their hands are free. Oh, the comedy writes itself, can't you see? They're yelling at ghosts, they're chasing the wind, but I can't stop laughing at the mess they're in. No more clueless, no more lies. Open your eyes to the big blue skies. You're free to cry, you're free to roam. A monarch would have locked you at home. Ooh, yeah. They wave their signs like swords in the air, protesting a prison that isn't even there. Talking about democracy, oh what a twist, when they're the loudest proof that it exists. They're spinning in circles, they're running in place, but freedom's a mirror, it's right in their face. No more clueless, no more lies. Open your eyes to the big blue skies. You're free to laugh, you're free to roam. A monarch would have locked you at home. Ooh, yeah. Hey!
When the rain comes down, it don't mean drown. Just grab your boots and dance around. A little mud never hurt us all. It's how we grow, yeah, it's how we roll.
The sun's hiding, but it ain't gone. Keep your heart turned on, turned on.
Keep smiling, keep shining when the storm tries to steal your song. Keep smiling, keep climbing till the dark clouds that don't belong. Oh, misery won't stay where joy is strong. Oh, whoa, misery won't stay where joy is strong.
When whispers creep in saying you can't win,
Just shout louder, drown them out again. Turn the doubts into your fire. Every stumble builds something higher. When shadows linger, light your spark. Don't let them pull you into the dark. Keep smiling, keep shining when the storm tries to steal your song. Keep smiling, keep climbing till the dark clouds that don't belong. Oh, misery won't stay where joy is strong. Oh, misery won't stay where joy is strong.
kings. How about no more mindless twits? Donald Trump has spent less than 5 years in elected office. Chuck Schumer has been in office for 5 decades, and Nancy Pelosi for just short of 4 decades. Yeah, no kings. Welcome back to the program, folks. Did you see the no kings nonsense over the weekend? Sad, angry white people. Angry old white people who didn't know why they're out there. They could, he's stealing our freedoms. Aren't you protesting in the millions? But is it a fascist? But you haven't been loaded into a back of a paddy wagon and locked away in the Bastille for the rest of your life. No more kings. No more kings. Oh, folks, it's just so stupid. How about no more Clueless? This bears listening to once again. It's just too good.
Marching down the avenue, they scream and they shout, talking about freedom, but they don't figure it out. Chains on their minds while their hands are free. Oh, the comedy writes itself, can't you see? They're yelling at ghosts, they're chasing the wind, but I can't stop laughing at the mess they're in. No more clueless, no more lies. Open your eyes to the big blue skies. You're free to cry, you're free to roam. A monarch would have locked you at home.
Oh, the irony.
They wave their signs like swords in the air, protesting a prison that isn't even there. Talking about democracy, oh what a twist, when they're the loudest proof that it exists. They're spinning in circles, they're running in place, but freedom's a mirror, it's right in their face. No more clueless, no more lies. Open your eyes to the big blue skies. You're free to laugh, you're free to roam. A monarch would have locked you at home.
Oh, what a twist. Whether the loudest proof that freedom exists. Stupid people should wear signs. Wear a sign. Oh my goodness. Wear a sign. Wear a sign. Oh my goodness. Really, people should wear a sign. I mean, honestly. Wear a sign.
Stupid people should wear signs, neon bright, so we can find a way to dodge their tangled mess, avoid their chaos more, say less. Wear a sign, wear a sign, save me from your twisted line. Wear a sign, not a medal, don't waste your time. Politicians dance and spin, blatant lies with a practice scream. Blame the moon, blame the stars, blame the traffic or faulty cars. You think they're 6, not 35, playing games to stay alive. Wear a sign, save me from your twisted line. Wear a sign, not an adult, don't waste your time. Celebrities with tails so tall, lost my yacht. It's so small, it's hard being rich. Don't you see? You're living in your fantasy.
Did anybody see Robert De Niro? Wow, that guy is such a sad caricature of a once talented actor. Nothing but a preening gas bag. Whatever word he can use to call people names he makes up. And, by the way, that guy ought to be, ought to consider taking him to court for slander. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. So hello to everybody. Welcome this evening to the program. I'm a bit knackered. It was a long day. Good news for me on the consulting side is my account was still active. They changed they updated their methodology. They don't cancel your account after 30 days now. Gee, that makes sense. So I was able to log in, but I didn't have access to applications because I didn't have a site license. Well, it's because they need to turn it back on. So I managed to read through the material, 89 pages early this morning, highlighting changes that have to be made. And there were probably about 700 changes that have to be made in 89 pages. And then I couldn't do anything with slides, so I'll do that tomorrow after they've activated my site license so I can use Microcraps Office applications. Rebecca, welcome to Kathy Price, Jack up, Denise Bellingham, 787 Dreamliners back, Matt Canale, Matt. Man, I had a good weekend on Super Bro, almost perfect. Just 2 late scores kept me from being perfect, picked up a bunch of bonus points, and got the yellow cap. That was nice to see. I didn't realize I was in 30th position because I forgot to get my picks in a full weekend and a part of a weekend, and that really killed me. I went near the bottom, but working my way back up the log, moved up 11 spaces in one weekend, so hopefully it keeps up the pace there. Hannes Kotsia, welcome to Jack up, AJ Quinn, Gina Mulmanzin, Cherry, Mandy van Rooyen, Emerencia Quinn, Phoenix, Amanda Lowe. Brett Sessoms is here. Yes, FDR did pack the courts. He also lied to the Supreme Court. He claimed that Social Security is allowed because it's not a tax. And that passed the court. And when the court challenge came saying the government doesn't have the power to tax that, then he said it is a tax. In the next Supreme Court case, you can't make this stuff up. But first, they got it into law by saying it wasn't a tax. Then when it was challenged again in the Supreme Court second time, he said it was a tax, and they actually got away with that. This stupid stuff. Streamside country, exposed Dems want a queen. Yeah, maybe. John Spence, welcome to you. CB's back. Amanda Larson, CB, have you got in touch with Carl? Just curious. Momo, welcome to you. Martin Fundameva. Venom likes that song. Okay, cool. Sedgefield's back. There he is. Cool beans. Wendy Eggleston, welcome to Wendy. And who else we got here? Alex is in Ohio. Welcome, Alex. How you doing? Moderators, good morning. By the way, folks, pretty soon it'll be fall back time. November 2nd, I think the date is this year. So a couple weeks away on that date, or thereabouts, we will fall back 1 hour for daylight savings time here and in Ohio as well, all along the eastern coast. And when that happens, it will be 7 hours distance time from South Africa, 6 hours from Germany, Central Europe, which will also fall back the week prior to us, and then we'll rejoin them. And then the UK will be briefly 4 hours and go back to 5 hours. Yeah, so there you have it. So when it's 7 hours, I intend to keep this broadcast at the same time South Africa time, which has always been my standard. So I won't have to change things. I actually get a break. I get to start my broadcast an hour earlier at about 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, which will still be 5 o'clock for the early birds in South Africa. So you can still get the warm. Del Marimo start. Welcome to Naomi. Hello. Multipass. Leilu Dallas is in the house, folks. Leilu Dallas, Multipass. Yes. Angelique, Petros van der Linde, see National Guard taking part. Yes, they should have been there all along. Jane I, welcome to you. Sean Nadia, should see the dancing they do at these No Kings Pros. Oh, I've seen it. It's pretty ugly. I have one hip and I can dance better than that. You should offer them history lessons. Yeah, they don't care about history. They don't care about history. No kings. They have the only monarch in the history of the American presidency, a man elected to office 4 times. But of course, if you're elected, you're not really a monarch, are you? But see, that's a lie too. They act like having elections doesn't make you a monarch. Well, kings were elected for a long part of history by elders or by property owners or by the leading men in their societies. So throughout history, kings have been elected. But King Franklin Delano Roosevelt was elected to office 4 times when the Democrats stole the presidency and destroyed this country with socialism, with the Civilian Conservation Corps and Public Works, Social Security, Medicare, Medicare came later, Social Security, and so many other evil things that they created in this country to make people dependent on the state by robbing the productivity of the productive. Oh, it's so good to see you. Welcome, Shawnee. How you doing? Good to see you. Willem said, I said they're all a bunch of idiots. You risk it to even drive by a protest. Someone might just think you're part of the loonies. Holton Caulfield, welcome to you. Your mama would have locked you at home. You like that, huh? No kings championed by career politicians. Thank you, Mitten, for stating the obvious. Yes, no kings championed by people that have been in office for 88 years. 88 years. Nearly 9 decades to combine. Those 2 morons have been in office, and they're championing no kings. Of course, the only king in presidential history has been King Franklin Delano Roosevelt. Yeah, elected to 4 terms. Would have served 16 years had he not succumbed and died in office. Yep, I'm not watching any of his movies anymore. Oh, I haven't watched his movies in years. He's a useless turd. He's unbelievable. Sumarie says, good morning. Nice, one of my favorite songs. Gordon von Rensburg, welcome to you. Mr. Echo. All right. I hope today would be better than yesterday, but seems another pipe burst in a shower. Oh, my goodness. Last night's Diwali fireworks, like 3 hours in a war zone. Yeah, cats. I'm sure the cats don't like that stuff. I know. I had 2 cats. My cats would hide. Dogs will wet themselves. It's crazy. Little puppies will wet themselves. Robert has been trying to stay relevant. Yeah, he has, and he's not. Hey, Santi Brewer, welcome to you from northeastern Australia. Northeastern Australia, that's kind of a remote area, isn't it? How you doing? That's not exactly the Gold Coast. That's much further south, is it not? But welcome to you. Good to see you there. Thanks for tuning in. Appreciate you being here. All right. So technically, your payment would change. What's that? Huh? What's going on with Karen? I missed the payment thing. What's that all about? Just returned from St. Louis weekend trip. I had a good time. I spent time. Yes, I've been to Missouri. I went to Fort Leonard Wood. That's where I went to basic training, Fort Leonard, Missouri. I've been to Missouri. I've been to the Ozarks. I've been there. Yeah, I've been to Kansas City, Missouri. I've been to Missouri. It's all right. It's Middle America. Oh, no. Kirtland Red 100 wants Trump to end daylight savings time. No, that's one of Trump's dumb ideas. Daylight savings time saves us a fortune and energy. It also prevents an awful lot of traffic accidents, and it's a good idea. I have no problem with daylight savings time. It's one of the things that Trump wants that I hope never happens. Africa has Chicago always been a crime-ridden city. Chicago's always been a corrupt city, yes. Called at 10 a.m. Finally got to speak to a guy to change my email. I finally finished at 5:35. He said, submit a return or face the consequences. Then they closed. Huh? Clinton's presidency was a waste of years. His foreign policy was ridiculous. Of course, when you pick Les Aspin to be your defense secretary and Warren Christopher to be your foreign secretary, you're already in for a world of trouble. I think he did some good economic things. No, he didn't do anything good economic. The Republican Congress did the good economic things. Bill Clinton is the biggest fiction of history. Bill Clinton profited from 3 trends that he had absolutely nothing to do with. All right? Number 1, 3 things. The first thing he profited from was the microchip and IT revolution that took place from the past 3 decades of development, and it exploded in the 1990s because the internet was made graphical with browsers and everything progressed. We went from 2400 baud modems to eventually to 56K modems, and then ADSL, DSL, and things like that for what we wouldn't call high-speed broadband today, but that's what's broadband back then. We went to that. We had an explosion of the internet community, technology, all social stuff. All that had nothing to do with him. That created trillions of dollars of wealth. It created an economic ecosphere, biosphere, that produced billionaires and billionaires and billionaires, produced productivity, improved things in so many ways, led to so much change. He had nothing to do with it, nothing at all. That's the first thing. Second thing, in the late 1980s, as the economy stagnated under the weight of government regulation, the corporations that in the past traditionally had never fired white-collar workers, people like Eastman Kodak and IBM, Chrysler, General Motors, Ford, companies like this, Minnesota Mining Manufacturing, 3M, these are companies that were sclerotic, had large numbers of white-collar executives, particularly in their sales departments, that weren't adding any value to their corporations, and many of them began to voluntarily downsize as they struggled to get profitability because they were top-heavy. So a lot of companies fired all these workers, and they became ready for explosive growth when it came their way, courtesy of the internet revolution. That's the second reason, was corporate downsizing. It took place in the late 1980s, which he profited from, and it hurt George Bush because the economy did this. But the economy did this because of that, also because of Saddam Hussein invading Kuwait and threatening Saudi Arabia, driving the price of oil from $10 to $9 a barrel to $43 a barrel overnight. It settled back down around $16, but the harm caused by that pushed the globe into a recession. So that recession made Clinton look much better. It was a global recession. So that's 2 things. And the third thing was the central bank, the Federal Reserve, lowering interest rates continuously to make money freely available. Making money freely available at almost no cost to borrow money made it very, very enticing to borrow money and to grow. And a lot of money was borrowed and businesses were founded and the economy grew for those three reasons, primarily. Bill Clinton had nothing to do with any of those. In fact, he was an impediment. All he did was ride a wave. Bill Clinton just found himself sitting in a lawn chair on top of a surfboard when the wave came, picked him up, and carried him through 8 years. Yeah. We grew economically despite Bill Clinton. Despite Bill Clinton. Yeah, no national security policy, several terror attacks. Yeah, well, not just terror attacks, but foolish decisions. We went sideways in geopolitically. America refused to fulfill its role as a leader on the global stage in a unipolar world instead of a multipolar world or a bipolar world. He allowed this thing to linger. We made poor decisions in Rwanda. We made poor decisions in Somalia. We made poor decisions in Bosnia and Herzegovina. And our foreign policy went sideways. We did nothing to stop the North Koreans from building nuclear weapons. During Bill Clinton's watch, the North Koreans were able to establish their nuclear program, advance it to levels never, ever expected in short order because he gave them oil and allow them to not starve to death when they should have been focused on that instead of their nuclear program. Yeah, Bill Clinton is one of the most disastrous presidents in history, but the books write him as a brilliant president because of the media lying about all the things that happened over him, having an intern slucking on a schlong under the table. Yeah, so Bill Clinton was a disaster, an absolute disaster. SARS. Okay, the Republicans found lightning in a bottle when Newt Gingrich did the pact with America. I want more of that. Yes, that was 1994. 1994. Yep. Obama made poor decisions in Darfur. Yes, he did. He made very poor decisions over Darfur. He also made the biggest mistake ever, saying "line in the sand, no further," like frickin' Jean-Luc Picard in that Star Trek movie. No further. Here's the line in the sand. No further. And then, of course, they used gases and they bombed, they murdered, and he had nothing to say. He sat back and watched it all happen. Yeah, Barack Obama was an idiot, but he was an intentional idiot. The idea was to destroy America. The idea was to knock us down a peg. These people don't believe in the kind of concept of American exceptionalism. American exceptionalism is, that's what I'm talking about, Syria, Arctic. American exceptionalism is genuine. It's real. And it has been tarnished greatly, but Trump is doing his best to bring it back without even using the term. Yeah, there's no reason to be afraid or ashamed of being the best, the biggest, the brightest, and most successful when you use that fame and wealth and power to good outcomes. And we have. We have kept hundreds of millions of people alive around this world, well, tens of millions, on antiretrovirals because we intervened to keep them from dying painfully of HIV-related illnesses. We developed the antiretrovirals, we developed the techniques, the monitoring systems for all of that. We did that, not the world. We did that. We have intervened to end conflict after conflict. Hell, Trump has ended 6 or 8 wars, depending how you count these things, just in 9 months. America has developed all of the amazing things that the world relies on: the internal combustion engine, the electric vehicle, rockets, airplanes, airports, radar, aviation, modern shipping, you name it. America has invented it. The best, the brightest. Yep. So, I have no shame. I don't say anything other than the truth. There you have it. So, hypersonic missiles. Yes, that's great. We can fire those at Iran. My dad hates driving through Arkansas to go to Missouri. Had Arkansas not elected, America wouldn't have had a problem saying. Well, if Jerry Ryan hadn't filed for a messy divorce because she was tired of dropping to her knees and servicing men in swinger clubs with her husband, whom she voluntarily went with, and suddenly decided, well, I want a divorce because I don't like this guy anymore. Maybe I like someone else's schlong. If that hadn't happened, we would never have had Barack Hussein Obama. Think about that. Jerry Ryan, 7 of 9, is the reason we got Barack Obama. Now, it's not her fault, but that's why we got Barack Obama. Because if you roll the clock back in time and we hop in the Wayback Machine with Sherman Mr. Peabody to the campaign when a nobody, know nothing, useless, but smartly dressed, well-coiffed Illinois state senator ran for the U.S. Senate against Jack Ryan, a very popular Illinois congressman, until dirty politics unearthed a sealed divorce case which claimed that he had forced his lovely wife, Jerry Ryan, to go to sex parties and to participate in swingers lifestyle. And that was the basis for the divorce. And she got the kids, I guess. Anyway, so were there kids? Yeah, I think they were kids. Anyway, that was one. So that was revealed. And Jerry Ryan, became all the news, and then Jack Ryan became all the news because of that. And then so Jack Ryan, who was winning that race by a country mile, was forced to withdraw in ignominy. And in his place, they brought in a lifetime DC inside the Beltway conservative who was not from the area and who ran a very poor campaign and got slaughtered by a know-nothing senator named Barack Obama. So, no kids. Okay, no kids. Yeah, Jerry Ryan, no kids. Yeah. But the divorce, yeah. Sorry, no kids. Yeah, but the divorce settlement was unsealed, which is not allowed. And never heard about anybody going to prison or any consequences for unsealing that divorce. So, Jerry Ryan, 7 of 9, is why we got Barack Hussein Obama. And because we got Obama, we got Trump. Because we got Trump, we got Biden. Because we got Biden, we got Trump. Yeah, it goes back and forth. And we got Obama because, Bush. So, take your pick. There you go. So there you have it, folks. That's the history. That's the ugly history. Yeah. Yeah, what's his name? I can't think of his name right now. Black guy. Obama Senate race, 2004. Alan Keyes. Yep. Alan Keyes is now 75. Smart guy, good guy, but why he's running as a senator in Illinois, who knows? Born in New York City, was living in D.C. when they got him to run for a candidate. He got 27% of the vote. Barack Obama got 3.6 million votes in that race. 68.5% of the vote. He won virtually the entire state. He just shellacked him. Yep. Jack Ryan left the race. Three months later, Jack Ryan announced his withdrawal from the race 4 days after the Chicago Tribune persuaded a California court to release records from Ryan's custody case. Yeah, see, it was children. Custody. Allegations that Ryan and his then wife, actress Jerry Ryan, performed sex acts in public. She did so willingly, and then she got a divorce. That was her method to get a divorce. And people are too stupid what does that have to do with anything? So that was it. Jack Ryan, he was very popular and would have won that race hands down. He's 66 now. Yeah. Yep. In the 2004 campaign for the Senate against Barack Obama, received widespread media attention for the disclosure of sealed custody documents stemming from his divorce from actress Jerry Ryan. The unsealing of these documents detailed allegations that Ryan wanted his wife to perform sexual acts in public, which in turn led to Ryan's withdrawal from the campaign. Yep. Oh, yeah, well, I'll have to live with that. I have to hear that crap all the time. Clinton's governorship in Arkansas was a disaster. Whitewater, so many horrible things happened in that state. Yeah, Arkansas. There's a reason Arkansas has the lowest academic outcomes in the United States, even worse than Mississippi, if I'm not mistaken. Welcome to 114 people here. Obama violated the Arms Export Control Act. He did. Obama also extrajudicially murdered American citizens. Now, they were radicalized Islamic fanatics, and I don't think they should have been American citizens, but that's another story. But he ordered a drone strike to kill American citizens without any court case, without any indictments, without any criminal charges against them. Yep. Yeah, and got away with it. But Barry's such a good guy. Yep. Actions have consequences. One small action can have a domino effect. One never thinks about life like that, exactly what life is all about. I did. Because I saw Barry Obama give that speech at the Democratic National Convention when Kerry ran. And I said, this guy's confused. Listen to him talking about family values, talking about conservative issues. He's a Democrat. Wow. Why isn't he a Republican? Because it was all made for television moment. The Democratic Party manufactured Barack Obama. They manufactured him and created him. Yep. Saw a YouTube video of Kamala on TV touting all her accolades. Yeah. Oh, yeah. No, let's see. So she was in this job. She was in that job. She's in that job. She's in that job. She's in that job. And look at these accomplishments. I was the first black. I was the first woman. I was the first black. I was the first woman. First off, lady, you're not black. I hate to break it to Kamala Harris, but she's not black. Not black. She might be a Sikh. She might be an Indian, but she ain't black. Nice try, Kamala. You ain't black. Your communist daddy says so. By the way, who has more slave-owning ancestors? Kamala Harris or Donald Trump? Kamala Harris. Who has more slave-owning ancestors? Donald Trump or Barack Hussein Obama? Barack Hussein Obama. She's not black. And she'll be ever known for her greatest accomplishment is sleeping with Willie Brown when he was married. That's her greatest accomplishment. No, she's not Lagos black. She's not even American black, man. She's Caribbean black. Man, she come from the islands. Her dad's a communist from the islands, man. Yeah, he's from Jamaica, somewhere like that. Bahamas, Jamaica, somewhere. Kamala Harris. Oh, dear God. Thank goodness we dodged that bullet. Whew. Maybe the Democrats don't try to bullshit. That's all they do. That's all they do, man. Bullshit, bullshit, bullshit. Yep. Your cat hunts in the rain. Well, that's impressive. Yep. You're absolutely amazing there. Open marriages are gross. Jack Ryan was still better than Obama. I don't know. I don't know about Obama's sexual proclivities, and I don't really care. She's responsible for 50% of California's wine consumption. You might be right about that, Arctic. You might be right about that. Candace Owens' one great show was her exposing the Kamala Harris ancestry. Very dodgy family history. Yep. He's related to John Hinckley. I didn't know that. Oh, gotcha. They're trying to show conservative values. Gotcha. You're a little bit behind on that one, Arctic. Okay. All right, Kamala would be a minority here in South Africa. Saw how she was talking nonsense everywhere. Yeah, she's well, talking nonsense wouldn't make her a minority. It would make her an ANC party member. Did any of you see my content today? I didn't have time to do broadcast because I was getting through things. The collective guilt video, I thought that would do much better. It's 9,600. Bummer. Did get a few subscribers from it. Democratic Alliance announces common sense. I mean, this is obvious. Shouldn't have to have them say that, but I got a couple subscribers on that, 8,700. And then the ANC trying to leverage Turkey. That's got me 3 more, so 13 subscribers. Woohoo! Time was just a few months ago, each of those would be 100,000, and all of them would have at least 30 to 50 additional subscribers. Yeah, well, she would fit well in the Cape Town suburbs. She would fit right in there. Yep. What's that? The Kumars. What is that TV show at number 13? The Kumars at number 42, yeah. Kumar's at number 42. That would be perfect. She'd be perfect in a show like that. We can have the Harrises at number 42. 53 episodes, 7 series. The show stars a fictional British Indian family, including Madhuri and Ashwin Kumar, their adult son, Sanjeev, and the family lives in Wembley. Show's central premise is that Sanjeev's parents have supported his dream of being a television presenter by having a TV studio built on what used to be their back garden. Running gags include Sanjeev's apparent social ineptitude. Yeah, it's a great show. I loved it. The Kumar's at number 42. Oh, my goodness. Oh, my goodness. It's been broadcast in the United States on BBC America. I didn't know that. Okay. I've watched it when I was overseas. Guests included Daniel Radcliffe, Chevy Chase, Olivia Colman in the first season, then Rupert Everett, Dame Diana Rigg, Ray Winstone in the second, Kay Burley, Elizabeth McGovern, and Harry Shearer on the third season, Jenny Agutter, Brian Blessed, Shane Fillon, Adrian Lester, and Deborah Meaden on the fourth season, Emily Fox, Richard Grant, Caroline Quinton, don't know who any of those people are. Season 6, Heston Blumenthal, James Corden, I know him. Terry Gilliam, I know him. Hugh Jackman, Ash King, and Twiggy. Twiggy, my goodness, she must have been 1,000 years old when she was on there. Twiggy, my goodness. Ran from 2001 to 2006, yeah. Kumar's at number 42. I enjoyed that show. Mom is coming for a visit from South Africa. Mid-January, hope you don't forget her leg warmers. Morning, Chris. Everyone, what about the Guptas? No, that's not the Guptas. It's the Kumars. Never heard the accusation by people who said the Obama form. I've heard about it. But I'm not going to salacious. I'm not going to get in there. I do know about Jerry Ryan's case and sex acts, but they went to swingers clubs. It's only 8:40. 8:40. Somebody's in California. Somebody's in California. This is the show Lefty's Losing It. Like watching Lefty's Losing. I haven't seen that. I haven't seen that, Sumari. Oh my goodness. John Hinckley's related to George Bush. Really? California does have some good wines. They're just not my cup of tea. Not my cup of tea. All right, folks, if you want to help, if you all want to help, this is your choice. I'm not shilling, but here's one of our longtime Wyatt Army family members who, despite what the Sunnyside detective tells everybody, medical care in South Africa is not free and it's not freely available to people. This is a lifetime civil servant who was pushed aside because he lacked sufficient skin pigmentation and now has a very serious medical concern and could use some help. So I want to share this. If you want to help with it, it's your privilege, it's your prerogative. I'm not shilling for him, but I am sharing. So I am sharing. Let me put this up there. Give me a second here. So if you want to help, and it's really nothing has happened yet. So, all right. No, Kathy, I won't need to keep the empties, but thank you for that. So here, let me share this one with you guys, and I'll talk about this when the problem is this week I won't be at the house, so in the studio, so I will have to. There you go. Charles needs a scope done. Over a year ago, Charles started having constant pain, was unable to go anywhere. It's affected him in all aspects of his life. He's taken a toll on him. In fact, I can see he's gained a lot of weight, physically as well as emotionally and mentally. He feels as if he's trapped in his own home. He needs a scope to be able to eliminate growth in colon or the stomach. He's currently diagnosed as hemorrhoids, but with the duration, they fear that it might be more serious. It cost $80,000. Needs within a few months. As the scope needs to be done as soon as possible. By going for the scope, it will enable him to start living again and start being able to at least do small things like take his little son do bird watching. It really affected their family in a major way. He's the breadwinner of the family, and he can't work now. So, yep. Anyway, someone's already given 200 Rand today to get it started, so they beat me to it. People don't know about this, so if you want to back a buddy, this is your choice, folks. Charles is a really good person on this channel. Been with us a long time, long before he developed these health issues. And so if you want to help Charles, let me put that in the chat. Here's the link for Charles. Hendo, if you're here, one of the mods, I asked you to save that link to the back of Buddy. So if I ask you to post it again later on, you guys can do it. If you want to back a buddy, that's your call, okay? If you like to do that, just saying. Look, we're not in the habit of raising money for people, but I have noticed that we have done it on occasion here, and this would be one of those occasions where we're looking at potentially doing. Okay, why am I not finding what I want here? That's why. Okay, all right. So, all right. Let me see. Let me see. Okay. All right. You can guess what I'm doing if you haven't figured it out. Okay. Okay. Oh, I don't want that. Okay. Alrighty, I gotta find a card to use this. Okay, Kathy True, but he won't make 30 days with no Starbucks. Oh, I will. You missed last night, Arctic. Anybody here last night want to tell Arctic what I was drinking last night in the chat? Anybody want to tell what I did last night? Can somebody tell Arctic what I had last night in lieu of Starbucks? Anybody want to inform our pilot. I'm waiting for somebody to tell him. Red Bull. That's right. We had Red Bull last night, Arctic. Oh, you were okay. You were here. Okay, well, you were very quiet. Okay, is that right? Let's see. Let's see if that works. Let's see if that works. Let's see if that works. Because Back-A-Buddy doesn't always work so well. Remember one day we killed the damn thing. We broke Back-A-Buddy. We broke its back. Yeah, Red Bull does give you wings, among other things. Yes, taurine's pretty bad. So is most things. Okay, success. Cool. Okay, got it. All right, so Back-A-Buddy. If people have the ability, if you'd like to help, your call. We can't do this for everybody. Can't do this all the time, but we're doing it tonight. So, all right, let's take a look and see what we got. Okay. All right, so there you go. So moments ago it was 200, and now we've tried to raise that a slight amount, just a modest amount to get it going. Hopefully encourage other people to do it. So where the heck is my screen at? There it is. No, there it is. Let's try that. There you go. It's 1,200 now. All right, folks. Okay. All right, got 2 donations today if anyone wants to do it. Okay. All right, so there you go. If you want to help Charles Van Onselen, the voice of reason on the channel, you've heard me call him the voice of reason many, many times. There you go. All right. Oh, you weren't. You have sources keeping an eye on me. You're so Arctic is spying on me. Who dimed me out, man? Who dimed me out? Oh, monster. That's pretty disgusting. I've had that one too. First Starbucks I sniff, you're giving the 500, Charles. Oh my goodness. Wow. Well, let's see what happens. Let's see what happens. Can you imagine I get through 29 days and I forget, and then I have a Starbucks. I'm sitting here, nobody tells me. Nobody be like this, and nobody says anything. And they're like, no. But after I drink it. Folks, if you want to help Charles, list there. Okay. Look at that. As soon as I start putting something out to help Charles, the numbers drop. What's going on there? First go. Jack Ryan, the Kumars at number 42. I love that show. That was good stuff. Good stuff. So tomorrow I will endeavor to get you guys the news. I should be able to pull it off tomorrow. Problem too is that doing it outside, the wind was just wicked today. I need to remember to take my microphone. Now I got to find where the hell I put that thing at. Another thing I got to find. The good news is I can't go in too early in the morning because the furlough, many people aren't there and people are coming a little bit later. So the building isn't open up in time. Look at Artie. He's already ordered a case of Starbucks for me on day 15 and day 29. So if I hold out for 30 days, I get 2 cases of Starbucks plus $550 from him and from Steenkamp. Steenkamp hasn't been here since he offered 50. JJ Pretorius is here. What's going on, man? Anyway. Oh, my goodness. So the deer stand thing was real. Yeah, we covered it when someone mentioned in the chat. Wow, 500,000 rand. No, Phoenix. Arctic is upping the ante, making it more enticing for me to live up to this bet. I'm looking forward to it. So it should be pretty awesome there. Anyway, guys, when I started doing this night owls, early bird, whatever you want to call it, this was really a way just to not, spend so much time answering questions for the refugee stuff, but it's turned into a regular sort of thing with an audience that rivals what my audience was a year ago at this time on my news program. So this is pretty cool. Got some regular, and a lot of people are up at 5 a.m. So it's kind of nice, I guess, to have this at 5 a.m. And for those here in the U.S., late in the evening, whether it's here or Central or Mountain Pacific time zone, it's pretty cool. Phoenix said this is going to be good. Yeah, no, Sumer, you don't have to go now. You can do it a little bit later. That's fine. But yeah, I got you. Yeah, I know over half my viewers are on their mobile phones. which is not the way it's normally done in the U.S. Most people are not on a phone. They're on a laptop or a tablet or PC. Excuse me. But with South African audience, half my audience is on mobile phones, which is unusual. But yeah, it's because of the nature of things. So just want to see a skinny not complaining about his hips at the end of this year. Well, Arctic, I'm not going to lose weight by dropping off of the Starbucks. That ain't going to do it. Yeah. Anyway. Oh my goodness. Anyway. All right, Jacques B. Alfarcana, have a good day at work. It'll be a dry November, that's right. Clouds are gathering, but they're not dropping. No, Arctic. No. You're hearing what you want to hear. You sound like the lefties now. No. You sound like the lefties. No. I didn't say Americans don't use their phones, but people aren't, for the most part, watching their YouTube all the time on their mobiles. Oh my gosh, Arctic, I'm smaller than you are. What are you talking about? Oh, start sending the beverages now. That's fine. You'll refill my stock. I usually buy, when they're on sale, I buy 10 cases at a time. It's 150 bottles. That's a month's supply. No, it's too expensive. I usually buy 10 cases when they go on sale. Easily. I used to buy 10 straight, but they've gotten so much more expensive. Now I'll buy 4 or 6, and then I'll buy the others later on. Hey, Charles. Charles, good morning to you. Okay. Oh, I haven't seen you in 2 years. That's true. Have you lost some weight? Phoenix says these people are terrible. No, they're just having fun. They're just having fun. And I'm not exactly a big guy myself, even with the hip injury. Hang on a second. Let me check and make sure my charge on my mobile. No, I need to charge it. So it's charged for the morning. I'll charge it now while we're chatting here. So anyway, yeah. So there were a few news items I wanted to cover very quickly here. Your night owls motivates me to get up 5 a.m., be on time for work, struggle to get up. So, okay, that's cool, Sumari. It's awesome we can do that for you. Cool. Okay, so I looked up BPRS Business Pack Review. They had an editor position I applied for. Never even had the courtesy to confirm they received my CV this few years ago. They had a couple other news sites. So no more just whiskey on ice. Okay. Stupid restless legs. Sorry about that, Chris. All right, so the GOP's drama queen, MTG, goes rogue. But is it all for show? Georgia Representative Marjorie Taylor Greene's recent friendly fire on weak Republican men turned into a fulcrum for the president's detractors, as one suggests the reason for her actions. Having failed to leverage any of their own talking points to improve their abysmal approval ratings, leftists were undoubtedly giddy to learn that Georgia Congresswoman had her own bone to pick with the GOP. Amid her so-called media blitz from hell, the Lincoln Project COO Jeff Timmer had his own idea as to why Greene was lashing out. The senior advisor for the anti-President Donald Trump Political Action Committee told The Guardian, for a piece addressing newfound favor for the lawmaker from the left, that her comments can be attributed more to a woman's scorn than the evolution of human goodness in Marjorie Taylor Greene. Timmer went on, they didn't want her to run. She's getting a pound of flesh. You wanted to put your thumb on me and thought I'd just play the loyal soldier. Well, I'm going to defy you on some key things like Epstein, healthcare, and Medicaid. As had been reported, between press conferences and interviews with corporate media outlets like the Washington Post, Greene has not shied away from holding to a record of trashing Republicans with a point to contrast the weak with the very strong, dominant style of the president. Further pushing the premise of the divided House Republican Conference, Emory University political science professor Andrea Gillespie told The Guardian, Marjorie Taylor Greene is a very complex person. She's a complex politician. It looks like she's making interesting choices. Overall, she is still very much a MAGA-identified Trump-supporting Republican. That is what is giving her latitude to be able to deviate from her party line and deviate from Trump line when she thinks it's advantageous to do so. Yeah, anyway, this is nonsense. They're trying to use Marjorie Taylor Greene. Anytime a Republican steps off the reservation, it's fodder for the left. See, they're split. Yep. No, she's not aging well. Moma, you're right, that's all she does. That's all she's ever done. I said it from the very beginning. I was not impressed. All she does is that squeaky voice, get up there and bitch and moan about everything. Charles Van Altzen, you're late, buddy. We just did a Back-Up Buddy for you, Charles. We just did a Back-Up Buddy pitch for you with a small audience, but look at that, look at that, Charles. It was 200 a couple minutes ago. There we go. Oh, look at that, man. Momo jumped in there. How did yours get in before me, Momo? I put mine in first. That's not fair. Anonymous, Chris Baker put some in there, and then Gordon put some into looky there. Looky there. Cool. All right, we're off to the races. Now, by the way, folks, I must tell you that Charles didn't want to do this. I'd asked him some questions and asked about this. Charles did not want to do this. He felt uncomfortable for the Back of Buddy program. He didn't put it up. Someone else did. You can see that it's put in there by Premium Naidu. Charles didn't really want to ask for this, so I'm doing it over his objections. Okay, so if Charles is unhappy with me pushing his Back of Buddy campaign, well, not his, but Back of Buddy campaign to help with his medical bills, you can blame me because he didn't ask. I insisted. All right, so. But again, like I said, I'm not in the studio all this week during the day, so we'll miss the big audiences for the news. So when I do, if the mods are able to catch the news, if any of them are here, they've saved that link to the Back of Buddy, please do so. If I do a broadcast on my phone tomorrow from the mobile, I've asked about that. I would ask that you put that in there, okay? If I ask you to put up for Charles Back of Buddy, I'll ask you to put it up, okay? Because those audiences tend to be much larger, 500 to 1,500 people. So we'll give other folks a chance to help out, okay? If they want. All right, Charles, good to see you there. So another assassination attempt. Well, that deer stand in a tree was within line of sight of the Palm Beach airport. And it could have been another attempt to take out the president. They are crazy. Did you see these people? Do you see these lunatics? I mean, they're actually openly saying that they would kill people. They're recorded on social media, on the news. Yeah, no, if I had a chance, I would take that person out. They said they are sick people. Yeah, you do, Charles. You look very fat in that photo. But I use that to your advantage to make people feel bad because I see, look, the poor guy's gaining weight because he can't sit properly. He can't work. Yep. CB's not asking something. All right, so yeah, let's. Right, hey, look, Phoenix, you gotta pull the heartstrings. You know, poor Charles, man, he's putting on the weight there. He can't get any exercise. He can't get around. So, literally, folks, this is no pun intended, but seriously, Charles Van Olsen is bum hurt. Literally bum hurt. Right, Charles? We're trying to help Charles because he's bum hurt. Here come all the home remedies now. I uploaded 3 videos yesterday. Yep. Well, today. For me. In 3 minutes, it'll be yesterday. Sumarie says, Charles, I've learned one must ask for help. It gives people an opportunity to help, which helps them in turn, even though it's just feeling wanted and worth something. Yeah, I know some people like to pay it forward. So, anyway. Yeah, Gordon liked that. Charles is bum hurt. What did Arctic say? Anyway, let's go back to the new song. It's a short one. It's only a minute long, so I love this. I'm gonna put the videos to it, but no more Clueless. This is for the crowd that was out with No Kings protest. Minute 22 seconds on this one.
Marching down the avenue, they scream and they shout, talking about freedom, but they don't figure it out. Chains on their minds while their hands are free. Oh, the comedy writes itself, can't you see? They're yelling at ghosts, they're chasing the wind, but I can't stop laughing at the mess they're in. No more clueless, no more lies. Open your eyes to the big blue skies. You're free to cry, you're free to roam. A monarch would have locked you at home. They wave their signs like swords in the air, protesting a prison that isn't even there. Talking about democracy, oh what a twist, when they're the loudest proof that it exists. They're spinning in circles, they're running in place, but freedom's a mirror, it's right in their face. No more clueless, no more lies. Open your eyes to the big blue skies. You're free to laugh, you're free to roam. A monarch would have locked you at home.
The very proof that there is no monarchy. They were walking around protesting and they're not in the Bastille. Wolf the Blind Biker. When do you play the song made for you? Wolf, I don't know what song you send. You and several other people send me so many things. I'm not sure what song. When did you send the song? Was it email? Was it WhatsApp? Was it recently? Wolf, I mean, I don't know which song you're referring to. You're going to have to help me out on that one. We can't resist helping if someone has a pain in the butt. Poor Charles's bum hurt. I'm sorry, Charles. We're making light of it. Maybe people donate. WhatsApp. Okay. WhatsApp. Wolf the Blind Biker. Okay. I don't have WhatsApp open, so that would be the first problem. All right. Okay. It must have been a while ago. When did you send me a song here, man? You got voicemails and you sent me a voicemail and you expect me to answer it, and oh, here it is. Okay, that was October 1st. Oh, there it is. All right. Okay. All right. That's like September 29th. No wonder you're asking. I didn't even see it, man. I've never even seen it. Okay, was it downloading? It should have downloaded by now. I have a feeling it's not going to download. It's not downloading for me. I don't think I can find it on the server. You're going to have to send it to me again, man. Tom is off to work. Have a good day. Okay. Just want to make sure I got it all. No live stream, or did I miss that one? No, but there were three. There were three earlier. I didn't have time because I was getting set up to do the news. Plus, it was too windy. Man, goodness, it was horribly windy out there. Something else. Yeah. Okay, let me go back and see if it downloaded. No, it's not going to. Well, if you got to send it to me again, man. Got to send it to me again. Yeah, I can't. It won't download. So if you can send it to me again. Anyway, so yeah, did you see the video that Trump had? I didn't know Trump did it. It was the AI of Trump wearing a crown, flying a jet, and he craps all over the crowd. President Trump sent the left into a meltdown after dropping an AI-generated video to troll his critics who came out to whine en masse. No King's protest. King Trump. Oh my goodness, it's too funny, man. You can't make this stuff up. King Trump, look at that. Evidently, the president was unfazed by their tantrums, responded with a video of himself wearing a crown and flying a fighter jet. Oh, here it is. Here we go. Okay, I got to get rid of the sound. I'm going to get in trouble with the friggin', with the friggin' copyright there. There it goes. Trump. Oh my goodness. That's not very presidential. I'll admit that. That's not very Jackson Pollock on the St. Valentine's Day Massacre on a total ball using my bum. Oh, good God. Good God. That's all right. Let's see how Charles is doing there. No, I don't think it went through. That it's still stuck at 2,300. So if you donate, it didn't go through. All right, let me see if Wolf the Blind Biker sent me another. Nope. Wolf, you asked, man. You got to send me. You got to send it to me. You sent me a voice note. Oh no, that's it. Is that it? Oh, that's it. Okay, it shows up as a voice note. Sorry. Okay, thanks. All right, I'll play it now. This is from Wolf the Blind Biker. Okay, I've not heard this, so we're not getting any trouble over it. So let's see.
Of the past, we stand on. The current of the past, we stand on the edge.
Okay, what happened there?
Years of empty promises, just calling out a name. The sun beats down on our forgotten land. We needed a leader, a guiding steady hand, but the air was thick with static. The road was hard to see until Colonel Chris Wyatt brought clarity. The modern Moses, he is the Colonel, our compass bold and true. He lights the long highway, showing us what we must do. He is our modern day Moses, with passion and a fight, guiding us with conviction through the darkness to the light. To the USA, across the wide blue sea, he's blazing the trail for our minority. The action and the guidance, he doesn't carry a staff. His truth is the only rod. He parts the lies on the airwaves, a message sent by God. He speaks of visas and processes, the way to sanctuary, a safe haven promised for the brave and the wary. He risks his own comfort to fight the unseen war, shouting for justice until we knock upon the door. The vow of the riders, from the heat of KZN, where the ocean meets the land. We the steadfast riders take our solemn stand. My eyes, they may be closed, but the destination is clear. We follow the sound of his promise, shedding all the fear. We check his stream on social media, we're fueled by his belief. We ride with the man who brings us all relief. He is the Colonel, our compass bold and true. He lights the long highway, showing us what we must do. He is our modern day Moses, with passion and a fight, guiding us with conviction through the darkness to the light. To the USA, across the wide blue sea, he's blazing the trail for our minority. He's guiding us with passion to the USA.
Folks, that's from Wolf the Blind Biker. Wolf, thank you very much. My sincere apologies for not noticing the song was there previously. Guys, so I would hope that people don't take offense if I'm not responsive or timely. And sometimes the volume of messages I get, I mean, I get messages from people and sometimes important messages and they don't follow up and it winds up in one day 200 or 300 messages below in WhatsApp, in Telegram, even worse because people add you to groups without your knowledge and it sinks further down. Email, I do my best to keep up, but I can't possibly keep up with all of these things. I do my very best. You're very welcome, Wolf, and thank you. It's very, very kind. It's very humbling. Thank you so much. It was lovely. And I apologize for not seeing it. September 29th. Yeah, it's been 3 weeks since he sent that, so thank you. All right. My day has already improved since yesterday's horrors, thanks to the Colonel's Night Owls. Even smile and laugh at one neurotic cat getting a fright from his own tail. Yeah, it's that the cats are funny. They chase their own tail. It kills me. Oh, my goodness. It's something else. Yeah, cats can be funny. It's a shame I'm allergic to them now, but I used to cats are different, you know. But you don't own cats, they own you. That's the problem with cats. Peter Talliard, hello to you. How's it going there? Day's already improved. Yeah. Hanok Cup says, give you an update around 1 o'clock South African time. Well, that's not far off. 1 o'clock South African time is going to be at 5 a.m., which is in about 4 hours. Excuse me. Oh, gosh. Oh. See, Arctic, you won't let me have any Starbucks, man. I'm tired. Look how tired I am now. I can't have any Starbucks. I'm going to run out of gas. I'm going to run out of gas. I'm so tired. Oh, Starbucks. I'm so tired. Oh, my gosh. Oh, what are we going to do? I guess we can keep smiling.
Oh, hey, hey. Marching down the avenue, they scream and they shout, talking about freedom, but they don't figure it out. Chains on their minds while their hands are free. Oh, the comedy writes itself, can't you see? They're yelling at ghosts, they're chasing the wind, but I can't stop laughing at the mess they're in. No more clueless, no more lies. Open your eyes to the big blue skies. You're free to cry, you're free to roam. A monarch would have locked you at home. Oh, yeah. They wave their signs like swords in the air, protesting a prison that isn't even there. Talking about democracy, oh, what a twist, when they're the loudest proof that it exists. They're spinning in circles, they're running in place, but freedom's a mirror, it's right in their face. No more clueless, no more lies. Open your eyes to the big blue skies. You're free to laugh, you're free to roam. A monarch would have locked you at home. Ooh, yeah.
The irony of it all. A monarch would have locked you at home. No more kings. Oh. You know, apparently the Canadian leftists want to do the same thing, but they realize they can't have a no more kings protest in Canada because they're a dominion under the British Empire. They have a monarch in Australia, in New Zealand, in Canada. He sits in England. They could say no more monarchs. CB has asked for my email. You would pass it on. Okay, sure, Chris. All right. I'll do that right now. Okay. All right. So hang on a second here. There's so many Chris's in my damn, one Chris after another here. All right. Oops. Secret bourbon stash. I had cats for a while. I got 2 rescues about a year ago, and they're a pleasure. So many antics. I just had catching all. Caught a fiscal check. Okay. Good morning, Andre Mostard. How you doing, man? Good to see you there. I take it a fiscal shrike is a bird. I don't know that bird. Amanda in from Durbanville. What's the Meta Clinic? Oh, my. Sorry. I hope you're okay. Okay. All right, folks. In case you missed it, we're trying to help one of our own here. I'll just make one more pitch for this evening, and that's Charles Van Olsland. Charles is literally bum hurt. I mean, he's truly bum hurt. So whoa, somebody kicked in. Oh, look at that. Okay, folks, here it is. All right, Charles, 3,300. Look at that. It's a night owl's early bird, and almost nobody's here. And look at that. Amanda Larson comes flying. Amanda's trying to top me, man. Now, I would have known she was trying to top me if she put 1,001. Look at that, folks. Wow. There you go. That's pretty cool. There you go. So 3,300, up from 200 when we started that. Okay. If we get him to, you could look him up with a colonoscopy. Hook him up. I thought he said look him up. I read that wrong. You can look him up with a colonoscopy. That's not, I misread that entirely. People were listening to you, Chris. Did you notice how many idiots were wearing signs? I did, Davin. I did see there were a lot of idiots wearing signs this weekend. Ice brew. No, I tried. That's disgusting. I tried that stuff. Predatory bird. Catch insects, lizards, even other small birds. Will actually stick them into thorns and sharp stuff to become built. Oh, wow. Okay, Sumer, it's pretty clever. Yes. Look, it works. Yeah, on ants roots. Ants roots, or who's ants root? You mean ants roots? Yeah. They're pretty clever birds. You know, nature's got full of amazing creatures who really have some smarts. Anyway, just thinking that you don't think it might help if you make a refugee song with the answers to the most asked questions. Yeah, that's an idea, Husky. No one ever thought about that. Okay, let me do that. Let's make one now. Let's see what comes out, okay? But sometimes it gets cut. Like when I try to do that when I talk about old white people, and I had to change the lyrics because that was moderated and I couldn't do it. So okay, let's see. All right, let's see how this comes out. I'm going to try it a couple ways. More. Oh, these are some good lyrics, man. Wow. Oh, cool. This is good. I do say so myself. Hopefully that's long enough. All right, let's see what happens. Here we go. I got a typo here. I got to fix it. Okay. All right, let's see what. Oh, is it too long? Oh, come on. See, that sounds right. All right, let's see what happens now. I had to take some text out. Okay. All right. Last night, the poor birds were freaking out from the fireworks. Yeah, well, cats really freak out from fireworks. They don't like that. They like to hide under carpets and such. It's not something they understand. All right, Freedom Bird to the USA. Let's see how this comes out. That's the title of it. I do not think the size of one's butt is different. What? What Arctic is up with something? All size doesn't matter. Oh, gotcha.
Pack your bags and hold on tight. A brighter day is in your sight. No more shadows, no more fear. Freedom's calling loud and clear. Leave the pain, leave the night. Step into the shining light. Freedom bird, it's flying high. South Africans reaching for the sky. No more tears, no more plea. Land of the brave, home of the free. Not just farmers, not just one. It's for everyone under the sun. From the mountains to the sea. Dreams of hope and unity. Say goodbye to what you knew. Start again, make it true. Freedom bird, it's flying high. South Africans reaching for the sky. No more tears, no more plea. Land of the brave, home of the free.
It's the first version. First version. Here's the second version.
Pack your bags and hold on tight. A brighter day is in your sight. No more shadows, no more fear. Freedom's calling loud and clear. Leave the pain, leave the night. Step into the shining light. Freedom bird is flying high. South Africans reaching for the sky. No more tears, no more plea. Land of the brave, home of the free. Not just farmers, not just one. It's for everyone under the sun. From the mountains to the sea. Dreams of hope and unity. Say goodbye to what you knew. Start again, make it true. Freedom bird, it's flying high. South Africans reaching for the sky. No more tears, no more plea. Land of the brave, home of the free.
Yeah, I like number 2. I like number 2. That's what I'm going to go with. So, yeah. All right. Wolf likes the first one. Oh my goodness. Okay. Oh my goodness. Ying Gang just announced the return of the juvenile Hadida, but no parents yet. Ah, are they dead? Something happened to them? Strikes are great birdies. Borrow them, stealing other birds, chicks to make their biltong from. A fairly tame one came, take a piece of meat from my hand. Cute, okay. Yeah. A resident Hadida family took off with raucous cries, and Saturday a monkey fell out of a tree, dead on the road from... What? That's crazy. The monkey fell out of the tree. Oh, Shock the Monkey. We can make a song on that. Remember that? Shock the Monkey. Good Lord. That's to be another one. We can make a song. Wow. Man, that would be something. Colonel, say something about last night's vote. What about last night's vote? What are you talking about, Loretta? What are you talking about? What vote? Oh, no, the government's not open. I know, because I have to work with U.S. Army civilians who are not working. I'm working and they're not working. I'm getting paid. They're not there. Yeah, so all this week I'm working on that. So, no, they're not opening government. Again, folks, don't give it another week. Maybe. Yeah. Well, Nathaniel can't hear my dialogue. Okay. Which dialogue was that? All right. It's all closed. What do you mean it's closed? What do you mean? Holden likes the government shutdown. I don't have a problem with it either. Yeah, if the government shutdown's over, that would be the biggest news out there. But Trump can send troops to Portland. The judge has understands what the law is, and so Trump is sending troops to Portland. Yep. Energy experts say energy abundance will rebalance America as demand hits record highs nationwide. SpaceX is behind schedule for a moon lander. George Smoot died. No way. Oh my goodness. George Smoot, of course, is. Oh my goodness. Wow. A physicist and Nobel laureate. George Smoot was, brought to prominence in popular culture by the Big Bang Theory, by Sheldon Cooper. And actually, George Smoot actually appeared on the Big Bang Theory. Wow, that's sad news. Whoops, that's the wrong one I'm looking for. Sorry about that. Here we go. That's what I'm looking for. George Smoot, who showed how the cosmos began, is dead at 80. He led a team of scientists who helped confirm that the Big Bang was the source of the universe. Discovery earned him a Nobel Prize. That's in 2006, the year he shared the Nobel Prize with John Mather, 20 years ago. George F. Smoot, the American physicist and Nobel laureate who helps elucidate the story of cosmic creation, providing evidence of what he called the primordial seeds that grew into galaxies and galaxy clusters, has died on September 18th. We just found this out. At his home in Paris, he was 80. His death from cardiac arrest was confirmed by his sister. Research scientist at Lawrence Berkeley National Laboratory and Space Sciences Laboratory, University of California, when he led a team that constructed a picture of the infant universe using an instrument he developed in the 1970s. The instrument was launched into space in 1989 aboard a NASA satellite, the Cosmic Background Explorer, or COBE, from which it detected tiny variations in the temperature of the light that was left over from what most scientists presume was a Big Bang. The pattern of those temperature variations was a record of how unevenly cosmic matter was distributed billions of years ago. The seeds from which the current design of the universe, dense in some parts and empty in others, sprouted. If you're religious, it's like seeing God, he said when he announced the COBE findings at 1992 at the American Physical Society Conference, making front-page news around the world. The theoretical physicist Stephen Hawking called it the greatest discovery of the century, if not of all time. Dr. Smoot's research built on the physicists of Arno Penzias and Robert Wilson, who in 1964 discovered the universe was bathed in a sea of ancient light known as the cosmic microwave background. It was evidence that the universe had a beginning and had exploded in existence with a Big Bang. Before that discovery, cosmology had been a theoretical playground full of imaginative ideas virtually untethered to data. Measurements taken by the COBE satellite provided data which scientists could test those various theories about how the universe began, what it was made of, and how it evolved. It helped transform cosmology from a field largely based on speculation to a science grounded in precise measurement. Dr. Smoot shared the 2006 Nobel Prize in Physics with John C. Mather, a cosmologist at NASA's Goddard Space Flight Center in Maryland, for groundbreaking discoveries made by the COBE team. Each was a team leader in the project. As a scientist, he was revered for his brilliance, but also resented by some colleagues who felt he took undue credit for scientific results that others had achieved. Which, by the way, is one of the things that was made light of in the Big Bang Theory by Sheldon Cooper. And Dr. Smoot was also, he showed up in that episode. It was funny. All right. Days before the physics conference announcement in 1992, he published a news release that many viewed as unfairly attributing the discovery of the light temperature variations solely to Dr. Smoot. In his 1993 book, Wrinkles in Time, Witness to the Birth of the Universe, written with Kay Davidson, Smoot documented the process lead up to discovery. Some of his old collaborators disagreed with his version of events and encouraged Dr. Mather to write his own account. He did, publishing it 3 years later as The Very First Light, the true inside story, which differed from Dr. Smoot's. Dr. Smoot was in a lot of trouble, Dr. Mather said in the interview, but also ingenious and thoughtful and enthusiastic, as everybody knows. George Fitzgerald Smoot was born February 20th, 1945 in Yukon, Florida, to George Smoot II, who served as a fighter pilot during World War II, and Talisha Crawford Smoot, the science teacher and school principal. The family moved to Alabama after the war. George's father was a hydrologist at the U.S. Geological Survey, a job that also took the family to Alaska, Ohio, and Virginia. By Dr. Smoot's account, his mother instilled him a love of science and education. From his father, who traveled the world measuring river flows, he learned to appreciate the value of invention and instrumentation. Attended MIT, where he earned degrees in physics and mathematics in 1966 and a PhD in particle physics in 1974. He moved to Berkeley to study under Louis Alvarez, a particle physicist who also won the Nobel Prize in 1968. Dr. Smoot pivoted to cosmology with the physicist Richard Muller. He developed an instrument that could measure temperature differences in the cosmic microwave background. He put it to use by mounting on a U-2 spy plane operated by NASA. That experiment led to one of the first measurements indicating that our galaxy, the Milky Way, was hurtling through space at more than 1 million miles an hour, suggesting that it's being pulled by the gravitational force of an even more gigantic mass. In 1974, Dr. Smoot approached NASA proposing a mission to send the instrument into space. NASA combined the proposal with 2 others, establishing the team behind COBE, which carried 3 instruments into orbit. Weeks after launch, the data analyzed by the team overseen by Dr. Mather solidified the link between the cosmic microwave background and the Big Bang. It also measured the temperature in that background at chilly 2.7 Kelvin, about minus 455 degrees Fahrenheit, just a smidgen above absolute zero. Dr. Smoot's team measured minute variations in that temperature across the universe at a level about 10 millionths of a degree. Wow. He became a professor at Berkeley in 1994, donated a large share of his Nobel Prize award money. He and Dr. Mather split a gift of $1.37 million to endow the Berkeley Center for Cosmological Physics. He married Maxine Bixby in 1969. They divorced in 1979. He's survived by his partner, Nora Cesar. Toward the end of his career, Dr. Smoot grew more involved in public outreach and science education. He helped start programs to teach high school teachers and students about cosmology and taught an online course about gravity that attracted an audience of more than 87,000. He also made appearances on the CBS sitcom The Big Bang Theory, and in 2009 competed on the Fox network game show Are You Smarter Than a Fifth Grader? He went on the show, he said, to encourage the students to try new things. In doing so, he became the second person to win $1 million. During his appearance, Dr. Smoot noted that he had donated his Nobel winnings to create scholarships and fellowships for the young scientists. Pointing to the students on the stage as the crowd cheered, he said, I'm hoping one of these guys gets one of them. George Smoot, dead at 82. At 80, excuse me, not 82, 80. Wow. We're losing a lot of scientists. Rainer Weiss, who gave a nod to Einstein and the Big Bang Theory, died at the age of 92 in August. Daniel Kleppner, physicist who brought precision to the GPS system, died at 92 on July 12th. And Tsung Dao Li, 97, physicist who challenged the law of nature, died on August 5th. Losing some big names in the field of science there, folks. Wow. It's crazy. George Smoot, dead at 80, and he died a few weeks ago, but we're just now finding out about it, just now announced. Wow. I ate lots of crap in the Army. At one stage in my life, I used soy, so I couldn't eat it for a month, so. Huh. All right, cool. All right, let me see if anybody else has been able to link up to Charles's effort. Well, someone else's effort for Charles. 3,300. All right, so we're probably going to finish there for tonight. 3,300 Rand. Thank you to everyone who's able to donate. Appreciate it. If you're not able to donate, we got it. There's no need to. Appreciate those who are able to do it. Not everybody has the resources. Yeah. So thank you for those who are able to it. I'm getting statements. By the way, folks, once again, in anticipation that I won't get paid, I paid my mortgage today. Assuming I won't get paid at the end of the month by my retirement check. So, yeah. So, all right. Conrad, what's up? It's okay to be late. Daniel Whitfield, you guys welcome to go back and watch from the beginning when we're done. Okay. Andre Mostart's got to go. What was going to become of the woke world with all the clever people dying? Well, those people aren't necessarily woke. Science and mathematics grades keep going down each year. There won't be a lot of scientists anymore. Fair point. Charles says it's much better than it was, so big thank you to everyone for your precious gifts. All right, there you go, guys. So, all right, Charles, well, we got you off and running tonight. I mean, it says, or this morning for South Africans, 3,300 Rand. It was 200, so that's a big increase. 15 times what it was, so good start, okay? Okay. No, Del Marie, I hope we get paid too, but it's not going to be the end of the world. I prepare for such contingencies. Now, if this runs on for 6 months or a year, I might be in trouble, but I'll be okay. So anyway, I paid that, and I also paid one of my credit card bills, which is a small one, so I was able to pay it in advance. Now the good news too is by paying my mortgage almost 10 days, 11 days early, almost 2 weeks early, that cuts down the money the bank gets. As mentioned, but did you see Arnold Schwarzenegger standing against Newsom? No, I didn't see that. Didn't see that. Okay. Del Marie says positive. Yeah. Always look on the bright side. Try to anyway. So tomorrow, folks, I will try to do, today, it is now the 21st. I'm with you guys now, 21st here in South Africa and in Europe and UK. I will try to do a lunchtime news broadcast, which will be around 6 p.m. South African time. But the wind was pretty strong yesterday. The building I'm in, I could actually do it in there, but the problem is that I can't speak loudly where I'm at, but I'm not in a classified building anymore. Now I'm in open space, so I can actually do things, but I'm not getting paid to do that, so I can't do it in there. So when I do it outside, it was a little windy, and it's tough to hear me. But if I find the microphones, my little mini microphones, and take them with me tomorrow, maybe that'll do the trick. No, you can't drink tap water in Durban. No, that's poo water. You want to stay away from that. Yeah. If you want to drink the tap water in Harrisburg, you're more than welcome to it. I don't drink tap water. Alrighty, so guys, time for me to wrap up. Thanks for being here. Be sure to hit the like button. We got 197 likes, 198. Can we push that to 200 before we wrap up? And thank you all for being here. I hope you enjoyed the songs. Should we play it one more time? This is really cool. I like that song. One more time, and then we'll wrap it up here. This Freedom Bird, that's not the one. No More Clueless, that's the one. Let's play with a little more clueless one more time. This is for the No Kings rally. And these people are absolutely clueless.
Marching down the avenue, they scream and they shout, talking about freedom, but they don't figure it out. Chains on their minds while their hands are free. Oh, the comedy writes itself, can't you see? They're yelling at ghosts, they're chasing the wind, but I can't stop laughing at the mess they're in. No more clueless, no more lies. Open your eyes to the big blue skies. You're free to cry, you're free to roam. A monarch would have locked you at home. They wave their signs like swords in the air, protesting a prison that isn't even there. Talking about democracy, oh what a twist, when they're the loudest proof that it exists. They're spinning in circles, they're running in place, but freedom's a mirror, it's right in their face. No more clueless, no more lies. Open your eyes to the big blue skies. You're free to laugh, you're free to roam. A monarch would have locked you at home.
And the real monarchs, we know who the true monarchs are here, folks. There you go. King Franklin Delano Roosevelt, 32nd President of the United States from 1933 to 1945. That's a king. Trump has been in office less than 5 years. Oh, what about these clowns? These are the ones leading this garbage. Chucky Schumer, been in government service since 1975. Nancy Pelosi, in government service since 1987. Between the two of these jackals, 88 years in government service. Who are the kings? The Democrats. Methinks one doth protest too much. All right, you guys take care, and I shall see you later. Thanks for being here. We got the 200 likes. Cheers.